So Wakili, freehold you said you pay.
You don't pay anything.
Not rent,
No
not
rent, no rates.
Hello viewers, I'm joined today by our company advocate, Mr. Wanjohi Gichango. He will be taking us through leasehold and freehold land tenure systems in Kenya. Karibu Wakili.
Thank you very much.
A lot of misconceptions about these two land tenures. Kindly take us through the difference in terms of ownership.
Okay, the law provides for two forms of ownership or two tenures of ownership of land. There is freehold tenure and leasehold tenure. Freehold tenure refers to absolute proprietorship, that once you get that title deed, the land is yours forever, absolutely, without any conditions or restrictions. Leasehold tenure, on the other hand, refers to you own that land for a defined term. It may be 99 years, 50 years, 999 years, or whichever period in there between as may defined inside the lease. So that is basically the difference between the two forms of ownership.
Thank you, Wakili.
Yeah.
What about the difference in terms of flexibility and restrictions?
In terms of flexibility and restrictions, freehold has no restrictions defined in the title. On the other hand, leasehold tenure has restrictions which are defined in the title. You will find that the lease document itself will tell you the user of the land or the purpose for which the lease was granted. For instance, it may be agricultural, it may be residential, commercial, or industrial. On the other side, freehold tenure, the title will not state the use or the restrictions. You will, however, find that it will be subject to zoning laws, whether it's freehold or leasehold tenure, such that you may have a freehold title that falls within a town or within a municipality. Then, subject to physical planning laws, the county government then will zone an area for specific use, for instance, residential. So you'll find that lands within towns like Kitengela, Roiro, Juja, they may be freehold, but falling within a municipality or a town, and therefore the user will be restricted according to the zoning laws of that particular county. For instance, it may be residential, it may be commercial, so that you will have to abide by that. Therefore, when it comes to restrictions, the leasehold has restrictions inside the lease. The freehold title has no restrictions inside the title, but it is subject to the zoning laws of a particular area or a county.
So is there an inferior title? Is leasehold superior or inferior to freehold?
No. Because what a title deed does, or a certificate of title or lease does, is that it creates interest in land. And there are no superior or inferior interests in land. Once you have a title document, whether it's a lease or freehold, it already gives you and guarantees you and secures your title or your interest in that particular parcel of land. So there is no superiority or inferiority when it comes to ownership of land.
Viewers, did you know that most of the properties in Nairobi are leasehold? Now you know. Wakili.
Yes.
Foreigners,
yes.
Are they allowed to own land in Kenya?
Yes, foreigners are allowed to own land, but there is a caveat. They are not allowed to own freehold land. The law only allows them to own leasehold land whose term does not exceed 99 years. If a lease is beyond 99 years, a foreigner cannot own land. And a foreigner is not only an individual. A foreigner includes an incorporated company whose majority shareholding are foreigners.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can you lose your land if it's leasehold?
No, you cannot lose land, because what happens if you, for instance, you have a lease for 99 years and it is due to expire maybe in the next 1 or 2 years, what you are supposed to do is you're supposed to be vigilant, know that my lease is expiring in 1 or 2 years, and commence the process of renewal of that lease. Remember, the law already provides that the person with the first priority of renewal of that lease is the owner of that land, the person in occupation and the person in whose favor that certificate of title or certificate of lease is registered in. So therefore, there is no possibility of losing that land because it's leasehold. the law already recognizes you through that lease that you are the owner. You are already in occupation and you are using the land in the manner in which it was specified in the lease. So what is required of you is vigilance, so that when your lease expires, or is about to expire, you are able to apply for renewal of the lease as provided for in the law. The renewal is done by the National Land Commission, which is the custodian of all government and public land in Kenya, and therefore this would be the entity to guide you through the renewal process.
Thank you. You talked about the lease term.
Yes.
When does this term start?
The lease term is defined in the lease. It is commences on the date the lease is issued. Remember, there are two documents. There is the lease that creates the rights in the land and defines the conditions upon which you are being given that land. Once you accept the terms and the conditions in the lease, and once you pay the premium that is required of you to the government or the county government which is leasing you the land, you are now given the certificate of title. But the term will commence when you accepted the conditions of in the lease. What am I saying? You may have started the process of acquiring that leasehold land from the county government or the national government. The day you are issued the lease with the lease may be a different day from the day you get the title, so that the day the lease is issued is when the lease commences.
Thank you. For these two types of land tenures in Kenya,
yes,
what are the ownership documents that a buyer gets?
For a freehold land, you will get a title deed, and it will specify that you own the land in absolutely. For the leasehold tenure, you will get a certificate of title or a certificate of lease. There is no much difference between two. It's just naming according to the regime of law that created the interest in land. Or you may get a sublease. A sublease is commonly in section of properties like apartments or gated communities. You will, in most instances, find that it is a sublease. And a sublease now is derived from the mother title, which in this case would be a lease, so that you are getting the certificate of title or certificate of lease is the superior lease, and you are getting a sublease from the mother title. The term of the sublease would be, if the mother title is for a period of 99 years, your sublease would be the remainder of the 99 years. For instance, you have a mother title that is 99 years. The remaining term is 90 years. So your sublease will be 90 years less the 7 days of the mother title.
Thank you, Akili. What
Yes.
is the difference between rates and rent?
Rates is payable to the county government because the law known as the Rating Act. And the county government levies these charges because they are providing you with a service. Sanitation, water, garbage collection, and all those things. So the law gives the county government the right to impose rates for the services they are providing to you. Rent, on the other hand, is the rent you pay to the owner of the land. In this case, the owner would be the county government or the national government. They have given you a lease and you have to pay rent, which in this case is paid annually. And it will already be provided for in the lease document itself, that the annual rent is this much. In the most instances, it is usually a nominal amount. It may be 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 per annum. Okay? Yeah, so that is the difference between rates and land rent.
So, Wakili, freehold, you said you pay?
You don't pay anything.
Not rent, not
no rent, no rates. But now there is a proposal pending in Parliament to, give county governments powers to levy rates within defined boundaries of towns or municipalities within their jurisdictions. Because then those areas are already deemed either commercial or residential, and therefore county governments would require rates to be paid. But that is only within towns, municipalities, and cities. Within rural areas, the villages, the agricultural areas, that would not apply.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
viewers, for watching this video. See you in our next.
Thank you very much.